Role-based access control is Microsoft's way of adding users and groups to be able to access specific resources or be able to do certain functions within Azure. And you'll definitely want to know this information when you take your AZ-900 exam. Let's take a look at role-based access control. This is an authorization system that manages who can access what resources and perform which actions in Azure. It works by creating what's called role assignments that connect a user, group, or application to a specific role at a defined scope. That scope could be a subscription, a resource group, or a resource itself. Azure role-based access control is going to promote security by adhering to the principle of least privilege, which we've talked a lot about in this AZ-900 course. And it ensures users only have the access necessary to perform their job functions. Let's take a look at role-based access control. I'm going to go in the Azure portal and click on Microsoft Entra ID. And then on the left-hand side, I'm going to click on Roles and Administrators. This is a part of role-based access control. There's also other locations where we can add access or remove it as well. Now, if I scroll down, you can see all the different types of access as I've shown in a previous video, but we're going to go a little bit further. Once again, Global Administrator has the most amounts of rights. So here you can see the two users that have those rights, and the interesting part is going to be the description. Because in the description, you can see all the different role permissions that are included, and there's a lot of them. But keep in mind, it doesn't include all of them. Not all of the roles are in the Global Administrator. You may still need to go back into other roles and add yourself as needed. Typically, I find that I just assume I have access to everything I need until I don't. And then when I don't, there's a message that pops up and says, hey, in order to do this, you have to add this user to this role. I go back to this location and go ahead and add myself to that role simply by clicking that particular role and then going to where it says Assignments and Add Assignments. And then I would pick the user that I want or the group. In this case, I'll pick Al, click Add, and now Al is a member of the Exchange Backup Administrator role group assignment. I'm going to go back to my roles, and this time I'm going to create a new custom role. This is something I have not done in a previous video in this course. And I'll call this one Custom 1. And you can put in a description, you can start from scratch, or clone from an existing custom role. I'll start from scratch, click Next. Now I'm going to go through all the different permissions that I can choose for this role. And this includes all of the different roles. So just for fun, I'm going to check several boxes just randomly. And then click Next. And then I'll click Create. Now my Custom 1 role has been created after I click a quick refresh. And I don't necessarily have to scroll down to it. I could just go ahead and choose Custom 1, and then it'll show my Custom 1 role. So I'll go ahead and select it. Now, the only thing I haven't done yet is to assign anyone to it. So once again, I'll click on Add Assignments, and this time I'll choose the Just-in-Time group or JIT group and click Add. And now I've added this particular group and anyone in it to be able to have this particular role-based access control. If there's been any activity, I can also select that as well, and I can also troubleshoot if there's any issues. Role-based access control is essential to assigning rights to users and groups in Azure and important knowledge for the AZ-900 exam.